Alright, so today we're going to be doing some playtesting with a couple semi-relevant decks right now. I'm playing Lightsworn Rulers and our guest is playing Traptrix Artifacts, and as you guys can see we have an iPod on the table. He's going to throw some headphones in and he won't be able to hear my commentary during the duel. So I'm just going to kind of talk out the plays with you guys and see what it's like to go up against this kind of deck. So go ahead and take that and I'll give it a little shuffle and we'll see who gets to go first. 6, 2, 7, 8. Alright, we'll start off with our Traptrix Artifact player going first. My opening hand is Light Ray Diabolos, Aaron Lightsworn Monk, Judgment Dragon, Blaster Dragon Ruler of Infernos, and Charge of the Light Brigade. So not a terrible opening hand. Looks like he's going to set probably one of the fire ice hands and some back row along with that. Set 4, nothing out of the ordinary with that deck. Pretty frustrating. Since I have Charge of the Light Brigade, I'm going to open up with Charge and see what we mill. Breakthrough, Raikou, and Royal Decree, which not great. Usually with Charge I'm grabbing Lumina. Lumina, as far as the Lightsworn monsters until we get the new stuff, is really the only sort of spam card, and I'm gonna have to try and start pushing through some of this back row. So I might even hold off on Lumina for this turn since I drew Card Trooper. I don't really have a Lightsworn that would be good to special with it, but yeah, I'm just gonna go with Card Trooper. The nice thing about Card Trooper is he'll go up to 19 on my turn, but on his turn I'll go back down to 400, so I don't have to worry about him sort of suiciding in. Go ahead. It looks like I milled a Curry Bandit, Honest, and Necro Gardener, so not great mills. Gardener's pretty good, so he's gonna flip summon Fire Hand, normal summon Ice Hand. Yeah, I'll eat the 1,000, and then I'm gonna take 16, so I've taken 26. And pass turn, draw into Solar Recharge, which is pretty good top deck for turn. I'm gonna ditch Aaron, the Lightsworn Monk, with Recharge, draw a Wyvern and a JD, and mill a Maxi and a Solar Recharge. Not great. I don't really like to draw the Wyverns, but at least I can ditch it with Lumina. Looks like I have no Dragon Ruler fodder in the grave. I have 2 Lightsworn names in the grave and Breakthrough Skill. So let's see what we can do here. Probably gonna start with Lumina, see if her summon's good. Activate her effect. Ditching Wyvern to special Aaron, and he's going to chain Maxi, so he's going to get the break even on Aaron. I'm probably going to hold off on specialing for the rest of the turn. Go ahead and activate Wyvern's effect and grab the JD from the deck. Since these will be my last 2 Lightsworn names for my JDs, got a pretty decent setup. I have no idea what that back row is going to be. I'm probably going to try and attack over Ice Hand here since I don't have any back row. I don't have to worry about him sort of spamming the field real hard. Let's see if we got enough lights for Diabolos. We got 1, 2, 3 different lights, so not quite enough for Diabolos, but looks like I'm either going to run into D Prison or might even be able to get over Ice Hand. So I'm going to go Battle Phase, swing at Ice Hands. He's going to take 2. And then I'm going to proceed to end phase. 3 for Lumina, and looks like we got the Wolf. Excuse me. And 3 for Aaron. So our mills that time were pretty decent. We got Garroth, Diabolos, Curry Bandit, another Gardener, and Tempest. So we're looking pretty good here. He's gonna maybe be able to go off a little bit with Fire Hand, but the field's pretty full right now, so looks like he's gonna suicide into Aaron. I'm gonna let that walk. He's gonna get the pop the Wolf, and which is unfortunate. Shuts down pretty much all of my rank 4 plays for this next turn, unless I'm able to keep Lumina alive, which I do have 2 Gardenas, so it shouldn't be too bad. He's going to proceed to attempt attack with Ice Hand. I'm going to banish Necro Gardena to negate the attack. He's going to set a 5th back row, and we will draw for turn. I'm going to attempt to activate Lumina's effect by discarding Lala. He's going to max C, which is actually going to hurt this turn because I want to try and make a push. I guess I don't necessarily have to. Could just pop a back row and normal summon the Lala and call it a day. But, you know, it's always dangerous sort of playing the slow game against such a grindy deck. Attempt to activate Lala's effect, targeting his middle back row. I'm going to hit Moral Tech, which is awesome. Moral Tech will special, and he's targeting Lumina for the pop. So I'm going to go ahead with normal summoning the second Lumina, or Lala, excuse me. I'm going to have to go ahead and just give him the +1. I feel like I really need to make a push here. Lala's effect on this one. And I'm hitting the second Moral Tech. It's pretty good. Shuts down the rank 4 play for the turn, but it looks like I am going to be able to do some shenanigans with some rank 7s and possibly dropping JD this turn. So start off with specialing Diablos, because we do have several different light monsters in the grave, and see if I can get some of this back row dealt with. So special summon Diablos. Effect of Diablos, I'm going to banish probably the Honest. I don't really think I'm going to need too much for that. I'm going to target his middle set, see if I can spin it, see what we got here, breakthrough on that. Alright, so we got 2 more back row to deal with. Let's see if we get some Dragon Rulers out here. We have Tempest in grave. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to banish the Tempest from my grave and the Wyvern from my grave to special summon Blaster from my hand. Tempest and Wyvern's effect are going to activate. I'm going to add JD from banishment, and I'm going to add Debris Dragon from my deck, which is looking pretty thin at the moment, so I'm going to have to make a serious push here. Fortunately, he doesn't have a Fire Hand on field, so if I am able to get, you know, the relevant back row with the Dracosack, hopefully I can drop the triple JD for the Sackmaster game. I'm going to bring out my Dracosack in defense. I'm going to activate Dracosack's effect by detaching 1 to special 2 tokens, and we get the Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare. Alright, here goes nothing. We have 1 back row left, so let's see. Draw from max C, and we're going to special the JD. Activate his effect by paying 1,000. And he's going to call the Haunted the Fire Hand, which is pretty decent. That's good. We're going to blow up this, then Fire Hand is going to blow up the JD when he specials the Ice Hand. So let's see, what do we have in grave here? We have... it's not looking great. He's got, I guess, 5 cards in hand. I could drop the double JD and attempt to push through. I think I'm probably going to do that. I'm going to drop the first JD, let him draw his 6th card. He's done really well with max C. Activate his effect again, take another 1,000, blow up the field. Then I'm going to special the 3rd JD for a 7th draw. Proceed to battle phase, attack for 3,000, 3,000 for 6,000 damage, which would put him at something low. At this point, my deck is looking pretty slim, so I'm probably just going to overlay for Felgrand and call it a day. Pass. I have Debris Dragon in hand with Felgrand on the field. Pretty decent. Felgrand does well against the hands. Also, if he tries to plus off of some sort of, you know, play with Mermello or anything like that, I should be okay here. If anything, I have that's fine. I'm gonna save the Felgrand. I don't plan on doing too much more summoning. I've got it down pretty low to about 2,000. So as long as I can get the Debris Dragon to walk, which may be a struggle, should be all right, depending on what I draw for turn. I do have him down fairly low. I think he took some damage. Potted Duality is fine. I guess he took... he didn't take any damage from that because he specialed with Sanctum whenever I card troopered. Looks like he grabbed Compulse. Warning's pretty irrelevant. Sanctum would be good. He only has one moral attack left, so he may have that in hand from all the drawing off of the Max C. But I think I'm probably just going to sit on Felgrand as long as I can and just sort of push through this back row, hopefully. So 2k more damage, which is 2 more attacks on Mermello. Should be alright. Looks like we're going up against set 5 again, which is not surprising. Maybe I shouldn't have made such a heavy push, but you know, it is what it is. Let's see. We have some fodder for Blaster, so we're probably going to try and go ahead and get a Blaster out just to get some more damage in. I'm going to banish both of my Diabolos to special summon Blaster and see how that goes. Probably get Compulsed, or even Traptrix. Well, I guess he can't. Okay, we got the Bottomless. So that's one back row dealt with. Our Felgrand is still good. We still have our normal summon. I think I might even attempt to Black Rose at this point with Card Trooper and Debris Dragon, because I can make Felgrand unaffected by that. But I believe if I try to do that, he's going to just Traptrix, Trap Hole, Nightmare it, and then if I attempt to do Felgrand on that, he's just going to Compulse what I bring out. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm just gonna go with an attack. Just gonna swing for 12 and see if we can start eating some back row. So I'm gonna activate Felgrand's effect, breakthrough on Felgrand. That's gonna be fine. It's gonna compulse it back, and looks like we still have Traptrix, Trap Hole, Nightmare to deal with. So, pretty good for life points. I've got the Gardenas. Unfortunately, I don't have any more Dragon Rulers. Tempest and Blaster are both banned, or banished, so I'm probably going to have to hold off for either Tidal or Redox to try and make another push. But I think for now, I am going to use my normal summon. No, actually, I think I'm just going to set the Debris Dragon and pass. He's got a 2k butt, which is pretty big. I don't think that they can get over that without Ixying. He may even think that it's a Raikou, so he might attempt to summon the Fire Hand and attack into it. Looks like he's going to take 400 there, so he's got 16 left. So I just got to get 16 in. Just got to get 16 damage in. I don't have... Heartland Draco in my extra deck, but yeah, we're gonna see. I drew Curry Bandit for turn, which is not really what I wanted to see, but we're gonna go with normal summon of Lumina, see if there was a response to that, and we'll see where we go from here. Looks like he's thinking about maybe responding Trap Hole. Looks like our turn is over. There's not really much else we can do. Looks like he's thinking about maybe Sanctum at the end phase to pop off the Debris Dragon. I might even have a breakthrough engraved, which would be amazing. I'm going to banish the breakthrough to stop the bagel attack, which is really great for me. It looks like he was attempting to pop off his third moral tech in the back row, And at this point, he still doesn't have a way of getting over the 2000 butt for Debris Dragon, which is fortunate for me because I really don't have any plays left now that he's dealt with Felgrand. So we'll see how this turn goes. He has 2 cards in hand, 3 in the back row, 2 monsters on board, neither of which he could use to Ixie or attack over Debris Dragon. But looks like he can potentially go into some sort of Ixie. He might have maybe Black Ship of Corn. I really don't know what to expect. I don't know what he's running in his extra deck currently. I know the main deck pretty well. We've sort of went back and forth on a lot of things and talked about different options, but you know, it's pretty much going to be a matter of probably just making 101, attacking over and getting some damage in, which 101 is going to be really hard for me to deal with at this point. I'm so low on resources. Firehand's fine. All 3 JDs in grave and Tracksack, that's fine. I guess we probably should be keeping life, which is something I didn't even consider. He's going to hit me for 2,000 direct. I think I'm going to garden to that. I don't think I want to eat that 2k right now. I might be able to potentially deal with Draco next turn. But he's going to turn Bagel Attack to defense and set 1 more back row, it looks like. Draw for turn, and we drew into Redox, which is actually really good. I have plenty of Redox food. I have Card Troopers and Maxis and Grave. So we should be able to put Redox on board, see if we can sync for Star Eater, and hopefully be able to get some damage in finally. I'm gonna have to sacrifice one of the Judgment Dragons and special summon the Redox in defense from my hand. At this point, I don't have any other Dragon Rollers, so I can't really go into another rank 7 play. So I think what I'm going to do is just sync for Star Eater and hope for the best. So we're going to go into Star Eater. He's going to take a look here. I believe Star Eater's summon can't be responded to, so it's going to shut down a lot of the trap holes and things. So I'm going to move into battle phase. Looks like he's maybe got a response. Probably Ignition, which is awful. Ignition is fine. Looks like he's probably going to pop off Moral Tech, and Moral Tech is going to hit the Star Eater, which is basically the end of my play. So I'm going to normal summon Curry Bandit and see if I can at least get some decent mills here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to take probably take Solar Recharge, just because Breakthrough is going to be pretty irrelevant next turn. Even if I don't draw a Lightsworn, Breakthrough's not going to help me much because I'm not going to last. Looks like he's going in for a big push. See if I have any Gardenas left. It's looking like no Gardenas. So at this point, he's probably going to push for game, and I'm going to concede. So looks like we would have had to deal with Deep Prison and Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare. So as you guys can see, this Traptrix deck is going up against one of the sackiest decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! And even through all of this banished stuff and this big ass grave, they were still able to have the back row to stall me out, which, you know, probably was from pushing through the Maxi. I really don't think that I had much of a choice at that point. He still had 4 back row that I had to deal with. You know, I was hoping that I could get all 3 of the JDs to walk, but that last back row was just a little bit too much to deal with.